Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Sunday, January 9, 2022. The sun is in Capricorn, as are Venus and Pluto. And, it occurs to me that, Capricorn's ruling ruling planet is Saturn. And we did have a long Saturn sextile Uranus aspect during this Venus retrograde that definitely had an impact on what was going on for us. But it seems to me like this whole Capricorn season has been Capricorn as it is expressed through Venus while our commitments are under review. So that's interesting to me because Capricorn is the worker, the one that believes in achieving success, optimistically achieving success through labor. So, to me, that means that the commitments we're dealing with are more about the ones that we labor for, often the ones that we're working at or the things that we consider civic duties. And we really need to have those commitments under review right now, just making sure that we get what we need in exchange for our efforts. But we'll get into that. I'm working without a script today, friends, because my device that I keep my script on, not backed up to the internet, has gone kaput with me. So I hope you'll bear with me while we go through this. The moon is in Aries today. And, the moon in Aries, it makes our heart feel a little more fired up. It's the sign for initiative and ambition. So it really gets us up and gets us wanting to go get at them. And that's a great thing because this is the first quarter moon. This is the halfway point between the new moon and the full moon. And the first quarter moon says, go ahead and get to work. Take action. So, with the new moon, we set intentions, and since then, with the waxing crescent, we have been making our plans. And now we've made our plans, it's time to get to work and start putting those plans into action. And if we do that, then, a week from now, on Monday the 17th, we'll be able to have a reason to celebrate having some of our short-term goals met, feeling that feeling of success, which is what Capricorn loves. Okay, let's take a look at the symbols that are on the legend and just talk about them for a minute, and then we'll get into some interpretation. The sun is at the top of the list, and the sun represents our outer life. This is who we are when we step out the door, the person that people first get to know when they meet us, and also how we come to engage in our social, civic, and work sphere. After the sun comes the moon, and the moon represents our inner life. And that has more to do with your relationship with yourself. So those things that you know, intuit, and feel emotions, right? And also your day-to-day functioning in your domestic sphere. Venus is your planet for love and money. Or how do you come to relate to the things that you like, love, and can't get enough of, those things that you value the most, those people that you value the most in your life, those relationships that you value the most. Mars represents initiative. That's your personal sense of initiative, whatever it is that motivates you to get going. Mars and Aries. These two go together like peas and carrots, but more like carrots and carrots. Okay, Mercury is about the intellect, and the intellect is your day-to-day thoughts, plans, and communications, and also the traveling around that you do. Chiron represents our healing, what we're working on healing in the world, and, basically our capacity to heal as well. Pluto brings transformation in a really slow and methodical way, bringing us through changes via the use of high experiences and low experiences so that we come to know the death and the rebirth. And through the death of one part of our life and our rebirth into another, we have been transformed. And then Neptune has to do with your relationship to the human collective. We have a few aspect energies on the page today. We have square, which represents the potential for challenges. We have trine, one time, and that represents harmony or synchronicity even. And we have sextile, which is also a positive aspect energy, and it brings with it a sense of cooperation. Signs of note on the page today: Capricorn, Aries. Oh, and I forgot to mention Cancer. So sorry, Cancer. Okay, so let's get into the interpretations here. Oh, I need my glasses for this. We start with the moon today, and we start at 10:01 Central Standard Time, friends. 10:01 in the morning, moon makes a square with Venus. So and under normal circumstances, this would make us feeling less loving, feeling less attached, perhaps just feeling less needy of love and attention, or perhaps feeling that need but not being able to get it met. Either way, this is a self-care indicated aspect. If you need some sort of love or affection or attention, and you're looking around you and the people you normally rely on for that are not available to you for whatever reason, this is just a good time to, focus on yourself, see what you can do to make yourself feel better. Especially with Venus in retrograde, because we're already in a sort of detached place with a lot of our committed relationships, to ourselves, to the people directly around us at home, specifically with the moon here. So we'll just give other people some space if that's what they need, and we'll just do our best to take care of ourselves. And it's not that hard to take care of yourself. Just, drink some water, have a peanut butter sandwich, go for a walk in the sunshine, or if there's something you need to do, maybe call on another person that you don't normally call on. Friends are often very happy to help. Okay, 11:58 a.m. The moon runs trine to Mars. So at this hour, you see that these are not 2 full hours apart. So when this one is almost over, this one comes in. So at this point, we were feeling a little less emotional and a little less able to attract the attention that we need. And then at this point, moon trine Mars, this is a very direct feeling in the heart, a lot of initiative, a lot of drive. Probably you know what you want and you know how to get it. You have the assertiveness to go in that direction. And with a trine aspect, that's a blessed feeling to follow. If you're feeling that between noon and 2 today, it's a good time if you're feeling if you're feeling goosey, if you're feeling Marsy, to ask somebody out, or ask for that raise that you've been looking for. I'm going to say ask for a raise. Whatever you get up the drive and the fire to do, because that's what you want right now, go ahead. And then this evening, really on Monday morning at 1:23, a void of course moon runs square to Pluto. So this is, one of those, this looks like the dark night of the soul to me. It's like, your feelings, and you're in your home space. It's the middle of the night. So possibly, you've been trying to sleep or you were asleep. But, when the moon and Pluto get together, we have really deep recall and we have really deep intuitions. And this indicates we might that something might come up for us and we would meet a challenge. Not that it would necessarily help us feel better to remember or to understand the thing that we come to remember, understand. We might feel challenged by it. So that's a 2-hour aspect too. Hopefully, you just sleep through it. I'd say this is, good weather for not a bad dream, but like one of those dreams you're like, oh, this is annoying. Why won't it stop? So, deep recall with challenges. And I say deep recall, I also mean just deep intuition, like a sudden knowing or understanding, which often comes to us in the middle of the night, like, oh, I get it. Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, and as for the sun side of the page, darlings, in the ongoing column, we have Venus retrograde. So Venus retrograde has had us in a sort of cooling off position with many of the people and things that we have felt committed to. We have to step back and take a look. We have to ask the question, are we getting value for our investments? And this is the investment we make with our heart, the investment we make with our time, the investment we make with our money. Like, are we getting back value out of what we're giving? Especially to those people that are closest to us, because Venus is all about those most prized and treasured relationships. But also in regards to your relationship to your work. How do you like doing your work? How is your work going for you? And your relationship to those people you're committed to for making your money, right? So Venus is about romance and finance. So if you are in a working situation that isn't working for you or that could be working better for you, this is the time for you to advocate for yourself without making any ultimatums, but knowing that when Venus retrograde is over on the 29th, after that, you can make a choice at that time to just let it go, if that's what needs to do. Okay. Also in the ongoing column, we have Venus sextile Neptune, and this is a nice kind of sexy, very loving and caring, openly affectionate vibe normally. So, we're really receptive to affection and care. Venus is very receptive energy. We're very receptive to the possibility of romance and sexual intimacy. And, it's not a bad time. Your commitments have been under review for a few weeks now. It's not a bad time to, take a look at those people that you're not, that you plan to reaffirm your commitment with them. You know that you're still committed to that relationship, and that's not going to, go out with the end of Venus retrograde. So in that case, seek those people out and try to connect with them in any way that you can. Just give them your love. And that is, I think today was day 4 of 4 for that one. So that vibe is on its way out. But it's okay to keep it with you. It's okay to remain connected, at least to remain responsive to those commitments that you plan to reaffirm, and that you already know that. Okay, and then today at 12:11 in the afternoon, the sun makes a square with Moon. So this actually indicates the point at which the point of the culmination of the first quarter moon, and it's a moment of transition, because before this, the moon was a waxing crescent, which tells us, to make our plans. And after this, the moon is a waxing gibbous, and that's more like manifesting our plans, actually doing the work to manifest them. So that at the full moon, we have a culmination that we can celebrate. And also, sun square moon is, symbolically speaking, I'd say it's like the outer life and the inner life, right? Outer life and inner life. But they're in a challenging position with one another. So, we may find that we don't know what we want, or we might not know how we feel, or we might not know how to get what we want, or to say how we feel. This aspect lasts about a day. Outer, inner challenges. And, again, if you have time to wait to answer a question, if somebody like, what do you want? If somebody asks you, what do you want? Do you have time to answer that question? If you don't know what you want right now, do you have a day to think about it? A day or two to think about it? Because also today, Mercury is going sextile with Chiron at 8 p.m. And this is really this is about 2 days. This aspect is really going to encourage us to open up about those parts of ourselves that are wounded, fearful, the parts of ourselves that really make us worry about things as they are right now, in whatever part of our lives that expresses, but especially in our outer life, because this is about your day-to-day plans, communications, and traveling around. So it has a lot to do with your working life and just your civic and social life. Open up about what you need, basically. And this is really salient right now because in Arkansas, we're having a big COVID surge, like record numbers. And as a massage therapist, I have to look out for the health and well-being of myself and my spouse, but also all of my clients. So I really had to have a strong conversation with my boss at the spa because, I needed her to ask people about their vaccination statuses and check the people's temperature as they come in and make sure people are willing to wear their masks during their services. And advocate if it's troubling you, if you need more, especially in the workplace, right? You see how this is working together. This is about self-advocating. All right, wherever you're worried, wherever you're not getting what you need, this is the time to speak up, friends. All right, soapbox down. Coming up next week, we will see Mars make a square with Neptune. That's on Tuesday. And then on Friday, Mercury goes retrograde. And we will see the full moon the week after on Monday, the 17th in Cancer. And we will discuss these things and more as they come up. That's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects, an astrological weather forecast for January 9, 2022. Thank you all for joining me today. My name is Melanie Rose. If you could just, give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you see this, or if you thought any part of this, touched you or was salient for you, share it with somebody because the things that touch you probably touch the people that touch your life. And I would like to be in touch with all of you. So, dirty, not that way. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I don't know what I normally say at the end of this thing, but thank you so much for joining me. If you have any comments, leave them in the section below, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Daily Aspects. See, I did know what I was supposed to say.